Hello and welcome to Marty's Gun World. My wife kind of cut me off on 2016 on buying new guns, but one of the things that we can do that's kind of fun is, you know, ARs are kind of like Legos for men. There's just so many attachments you can add to them. Like on this one, I've got, you know, a laser, infrared laser. If I want, I can put on my night vision, quick release, aim point. But you know, I only use that when like the zombies come. You know, so regular stuff. I've got a knife force scope on it. This happens to be an AR I like. It's a AR10 made by Hogan. It's a real nice unit. One of the things I want to install on it to try to pimp it out a little bit more is I'm a big fan of Magpul, and I want to install this stock today. So it takes a different buffer tube. And we're just going to go on how to do this. Some of the tools I'm going to use today, you know, I need my Allen wrenches, I need my screwdriver, I got a Magpul armory wrench. It makes your life a little easier. They're, you know, about 70 bucks, but it's definitely worth the purchase. So, you know, the first thing I want to do is, of course, get rid of all the expensive stuff here. So this thing has a couple pins that pull out pretty easy. Normally. Sometimes I need a little help. And now I'm just left with the receiver, so I'm going to set this out of the way because this is the expensive part. Now I'm left with the receiver. I may as well get rid of the clip because it's just in my way. Now I've taken the liberty of loosening some of this up so it won't take so long. And here in the back I got a 5/32 Allen wrench on the rubber butt pad on this thing. Now that I got the butt cheek off, I'm gonna take the old stock off, which wasn't a bad stock, but hey, it doesn't hurt to pimp our ride by loosening this with a 9/32 Allen wrench. You know, I've taken the liberty of already loosening up the castle nut in a vise I got outside. I used a little wood on each side so I wouldn't mar the receiver. But this Magpul wrench is just great to have. It makes it so much easier. Now I'm going to back off my buffer tube just a little bit so I can get out the buffer retainer so I can get my spring out of the old one. And I'll dump out the spring here, and black is probably not the best surface. So here I have my buffer, I have my buffer spring, and then I'm just going to screw out the old buffer tube. Got my new buffer tube. I'm not going to forget my end plate. Make sure I put it on the right direction. You see where the slot goes here, and that's on there. Alright, now that I got the old buffer tube out, I'm going to install my new one. It's going to fit my Magpul stock. And drop in my spring designed for an AR10, not an AR15. Drop in my old buffer. Now I've screwed on my new buffer tube. I got my old buffer, a spring designed for AR10s, not AR15s. But I'm not going to screw it in all the way because I'm going to need to be able to catch that buffer retaining pin. So drop in the spring. With the retaining pin. There we go. Gonna hold it down and stop that from popping out on me. Now I'm gonna tighten up. The rest of it. I'm gonna tighten it up with my Magpul wrench. Earlier I had put some lubricant on the spring, which is kind of a good idea. It makes the rifle a little quieter when you shoot it, so you can just put a little lubricant on the spring itself, you know, to make it a little quieter. I'm going to tighten it wrench tight. Some people use Loctite, but that kind of makes it tough when you want to do something different. Make sure I got it in proper working order. And we're ready to go. Now I've got my buffer spring in there. I think I might put some more lube in there. I don't like the way that sounds. We're going to put on the stock. I've already taken the liberty of taking off the butt plate, and I'm going to slide this off. I loosened these two Allen wrenches with a 9/32 wrench, and with any luck it should slide on, and hopefully it's going to fit with a little help. But we're going to want it to stay on, so I have this screw here that goes into the back. Regular straight screwdriver. And it looks like we're nice and flush. Now I'm going to take my 9/32 Allen wrench, and I think that's what I have. And I like it. It's 1/8 inch. Next, of course, you know, I'm going to put the butt plate back on, and I'm going to reassemble the rifle. And what I really like about this stock is it's adjustable. You know, I can adjust my cheek height to whatever feels comfortable to me or anybody else that wants to shoot the rifle. And this Magpul makes just such a cool looking product. You know, I mean, that's the main thing. You want something that looks trick. So give me a few minutes and I'm going to reassemble the whole thing and let's see what it looks like. Alright, so you can see, like, you know, the factory one, I mean, it's not a bad looking stock, but I mean, Magpul makes such cool equipment. It does really kind of pimp the ride. It makes the thing look a little sexier. And I didn't have to go out and buy a new rifle. I can just play with what I got. So, like I said, they're like Legos. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.